Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Gurp Dhaliwal from captureyesstudio. Today I have my sister Sandy with me and we are going to be creating a video for you guys. Since it was much requested, we're going to be filming a what to take to India and how to prepare for an India trip. We went to India earlier this year for 7 weeks in January and February, and we thought we would share all of this with you guys. We're gonna dive right into it. So we went from January 5th to February 20th and the weather was pretty decent. It did get cold at night.
One of them was the typhoid, and there's also another medication that you can take, prescription medication just for your immune system and stuff like that.
So we hit up Walmart to get some essentials. So what we picked up was Pepto. We got Gravel, which helps with motion sickness, and then we got
Dramamine from Target in the States.
This helps
motion sickness.
Yeah, this honestly was the only thing that helped me. The Gravel didn't really help, and this
I feel like this works, it almost works better than Gravel does.
I agree. So next we also got Sipical. So basically Sipical is a medication that kind of numbs your throat if you're coughing a lot, which I had a lot of troubles with because I was highly congested in this area, so I had to take that a lot because it affected my throat. For the first month I was just heavily coughing and it was kind of out of my control, so that really helped. Sandy would always have them on her and I would recommend that you guys take that with you.
It's like a stronger version of Halls basically.
Yeah.
They're like cough suppressants. We'd go places and it'd be like the most quiet place. You
have a cough attack.
Tell her
pretty bad
face that she needed to cough, and I was like, okay, we're gonna carry these around. So one of the things that I also suggested was Offspray. We ended up buying like a pack of like 3. I think you can get them from Costco. We had a small one with us in our purse just in case.
And that also reminds me, because you are going to India and there's a lot of mosquitoes and stuff there, you want to make sure that you're not wearing heavily scented like perfumes, because that attracts the mosquitoes and you don't want that.
We were completely covered. Like we were wearing long sleeves, long pants, long socks that we pulled up because we wanted to make sure that there was like no real place that we could get bit.
What we're wearing right now is kind of what we wore there, just like hoodies and like turtlenecks. It's just kind of smart to be a little bit more prepared and you can cover up with clothing rather than always having to worry about the off spray. Next, I had to take, because I was the one that was mostly congested, I took a Vicks nose spray, which I'll insert here. So you literally put this up your nose and then you inhale and it kind of helps kind of clean out the nose area.
Spray?
It's kind of, I don't know if it's like a spray or like you literally like inhale and it goes up your nose. I know it's kind of weird.
I don't know what, but it's a decongestant as well.
Yeah, like that really helped me, and it was kind of like nonchalant, just pull it out of your purse and do it really quick. I know it's kind of weird, but it helped a lot. And then as for other medications, we took Tylenol Cold, Tylenol Complete, Advil, all that stuff, and we actually took a little container, like those little travel things, and put some Advil in there and then threw that into our purse because you never know when you're gonna need it.
For like stomach issues, we took Gas-X. And then we took Imodium as well.
TMI, but you can get constipated, you can get diarrhea, like all that stuff happens, so you want to be prepared. So get Imodium. And then we also took, maybe you should talk about this because this is like right up your alley.
So we took a lot of sanitizer. Like I took like one of those like 1 liter bottles, like the really big ones. Had small containers that we had with us, and then so we would just refill the small containers.
It's because Sandy's a germaphobe, so she's like, I don't want to have all that. I'm like, you're going to India, there's going to be germs there, which makes sense. There's germs anywhere, but so we took the sanitizer bottle, we took the small sanitizers, and we also took wet ones, so those are like the wet wipes.
Did we use a lot of the wet wipes? Do you feel like
not a lot, but like
on the plane?
On the plane, yeah. I think on the plane it's smart to have, so you can kind of just like wipe down everything.
When you're actually in India and you go to say a restaurant or go to eat something, and like sometimes there's no soap in the bathrooms because not many places have soap in the bathroom, which is like really gross.
I know. So just be prepared, right? If you have this stuff, why not? You want to take electrolytes. And then you also want to take, I don't know how to say it, so I'll just insert it here.
Floristar, I think it is.
Yeah.
Floristar.
Basically, this is a daily probiotic, which just helps you kind of stay regular as well. I actually was more sick than Sandy. To be fully honest with you guys, if you guys watched our vlog series, there was actually one part where I went to the doctor and I did have to get one of the shots from the doctor. I was puking. Honestly, that was the worst feeling. It wasn't like horrible like I had imagined. Probably because we took a bunch of this stuff and we were able to like fix it kind of on the go, but a lot of people were telling me stories of how they go and it's just so bad. And luckily that didn't happen.
Like, I think it was because we were prepared with medications.
I agree.
I didn't get sick until about the 5-week mark. I came home and threw up, and it was like, I'm like, that's it. I was waiting for this to happen, and now it happened.
It's so weird because when you throw up there, it's not like, I know it's kind of getting like weird. Now we're getting to a really weird topic
like
right now.
Detailing.
But you feel so weak. Like literally you feel like you have no energy. That's where the electrolytes really help. So drink a lot of water. I ended up taking the electrolytes. I literally used like everything from the list.
Electrolytes were like good, and they were like fruit punch flavored. So
it was just like you're drinking juice.
Yeah.
So one thing that we didn't take that I wish that we did was more like sinus medication, especially for me, because I felt like that first month was so uncomfortable.
Did we take Reactin?
We did. We took Reactin.
And Reactin didn't do anything? No,
it didn't. Because they say like some of the medications from here, they don't do anything there.
Yeah.
And then when the doctor gave me certain medications, they make you so sleepy. I think I was like passed out for a day and a half. Next, moving on, what should you pack in your purse? In my purse, I took a book, a phone charger, phone, a little container of Advil, passport, boarding pass, small sanitizer, some Kleenex, gum, and then I also wore a jacket that was a zip up and that had a pocket on the inside. So if you're traveling and you have like a connecting flight or something, you can just slip your passport on the inside and not have to worry about someone coming in, like it dropping or something. And also like for India, like I would recommend that you do take a jacket that has a zip up that has compartments on the inside. So if someone's walking past you and you have like maybe like some money or something on you, that they can't physically take anything from you because it's already on the inside of your jacket. Yeah.
Also like headphones.
Oh yes.
That's like a really important thing, just because they give you some on the plane, but
they're not that good.
I'm a germaphobe. I don't know if they're like clean.
Was there anything else that you took in your purse?
I bought snacks. You don't know like what we're gonna get on the plane.
So one thing that I did, which I shouldn't have done, was I took a refillable water bottle that it has, you know what, like where the thing, the straw folds in and it goes out like that. So I felt like, okay, I filled it up and I'm on the plane. YVR to Hong Kong we're going, and maybe we're like midway through that flight. I'm like, okay, I can drink some water. So I open it and the thing explodes and it goes everywhere. This one has headphones on. She has no idea what's going on, and I'm like elbowing her. I'm like, hello? And then I like quickly shut it.
It's like the pressure in the cabin, like when she opened it just
went all over my face, all over my clothes.
And like I was, like she said, I was like watching a movie, so I saw it out of the corner of my eye, but it was like dark in the cabin, so I like didn't think anything. So I'm just kind of like, okay, like watching my movie, all of a sudden like just like elbowing, and I'm like, what is happening? I look at her and she's like soaked, and I'm like,
and you guys know that when you're in an airplane, like there's like the
confined
cold
space,
yeah, but it's so cold, like the hava, like it's so cold, and so I'm like getting even more cold now, and I'm like, my clothes are all wet, and I just started like crying.
She started crying
because I was like, oh, I don't even know what to do, and I'm like, hey, maybe I should put a blanket on top of me.
I laugh. I'm so sorry. Go now, and I'm like, turn the fan off.
That's our quick love story of how maybe don't take that kind of water bottle, or be smart. I don't know. I
think no, you know, you filled it up thinking that it's gonna be a smart idea.
It was so sad.
It was a very sad situation.
Okay, next. So clothes, what should you take with you for clothes? You need to take long underwear. So we're not talking long underwear, we're talking like the really long, like literally like
long johns.
Long johns.
Like a little pajama to wear underneath your
tights. So you have to take a little pajama to wear underneath your tights, just because you want to always have 2 layers, and we also wear them underneath our salwars. I know that's kind of weird. You take long sleeve shirts, tights. We took tights, I think I took 3 pairs, and then we washed them.
I thought that we needed so many Western clothes, and we took like
why do we do that?
Of pajamas.
We acted like we were gonna do a fashion show.
Yeah, it was just like way too much.
What I ended up wearing was my pajama, then another pajamas on top, either like the fleece ones or like just like some from Walmart, and then I did a shirt underneath, and then I wore like this.
I wore the same. I wore a sweatshirt,
which is a sweatshirt just from Walmart, or you can get these from Blue Notes.
I think you can get them from Amazon too now. Yeah, so like $12.
So you can get this on Amazon as well. Yeah. And then it has a hood, which is perfect.
We also wore a toque, so you wear a toque on your head wear a hoodie, put your hoodie on top, tie the bottom, go like this, and you're like stuck in there. Like tie this, this is from India probably. So like this in the, you're like stuck in there like a little baby in a bonnet. People say, okay, it's cold outside, but it's also cold inside.
We're gonna try to be cute there at night? No. Like that's not gonna happen. For shoes, we actually took Skechers, which were like 30% off at, where was that?
There's a warehouse.
There's a warehouse, the Skechers warehouse. Because I didn't want to take like fancy dancy shoes that were gonna get dirty.
Those Skechers, like they were like memory foam, and they were so comfortable to wear.
Because you're walking a lot, keep that in mind. Like we walked a lot. We also took Toms, which were just like easier to slide on. We also took flip-flops, and the flip-flops were, I think we took like Adidas flip-flops that didn't look too casual, but didn't look super dressy either. Well, they're not gonna be dressy. I didn't want to take like a Punjabi shoe. It was just too much for me, so I just wore flip-flops. I do recommend that we just pack like a light scarf, because if you are wearing your Western clothes, you do end up going to Gurdwara, you can take the scarf. And
she's the only one who took a scarf. I didn't take any scarves.
You didn't?
No.
Well, I thought you did. I just took like a light cardigan that I could just put over my suits, and then I also took a zip up like I mentioned. We took hoodies, and then we also took, I took one longer jacket. I wore onto the plane as well, but then I just had that the whole trip. I didn't take multiple coats or anything like that. Now talking about makeup and hair. So you guys are probably really interested in this. First things first, we did take a travel case with us, which I had so many questions on. I've mentioned it several times. We'll leave a little picture of it here. Price always varies on this, but this thing was great. Only downside to it, I will say, is it gets a little heavy, and it also takes up a lot of space in the suitcase. So keep that in mind if you're bringing a lot of clothes. But there is a smaller version of it, which is great, and it works lovely as well. We took moisturizer. I took the Born This Way foundation. I take the moisturizer, heavily moisturize, and then use this. But then I would also do MAC Peach Luster, which was just to kind of correct the under eyes, and then Tarte Shape Tape. I would also recommend, if you guys would like, you can get the Vasanti 02 concealer. I just feel like this looks more like our skin tone, so you don't need to heavily blend it. There was one time when I was like, oh, I'm not gonna wear makeup, and then she's like, okay, you're not gonna wear makeup. So but I didn't want her to know that I put on makeup, so I put the I put the orange concealer on, and I was like, okay, blend it quickly, and then put a little bit of Shape Tape, and I was outside in the sun. She's like, what's wrong with your face? I'm like, what do you mean? It's all orange.
There's like orange patches all over her face. She just, and okay, I'm pretty sure it was like a dark room that you were in. There wasn't enough light.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. There's no, half the time the lights don't work in the room, so try to.
We took flashlights.
Yeah, we took flashlights.
I thought it'd be a smart idea to take the Bare Minerals powder foundation. It works really well, and the shade that I think I was in golden. I was like, this is like a fast way of doing this. Like, this can't be that difficult. So I would like take the brush and just go dab, 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 and then swirl back, right? So again, this situation, I think I was in a dark room as well. So when I went outside, and Gurp's like, there's something on your face. I'm like, what do you mean? And there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 dots on my face because it didn't blend out properly. I was like, I can't do this.
It doesn't blend out there half the time.
Because my skin started drying out.
Yeah. So you have to use a lot of moisturizer for sure.
I mean, it wasn't horrible. It was okay. But like, would I do it again? I really don't know. Maybe. I don't.
Okay, so I like this foundation because it doesn't get patchy, and I wore this for a lot of the weddings that we attended there too. And you can also just take a little bit of it and then add your moisturizer into it, and then it creates like a tinted moisturizer.
Yeah.
So next we also took a highlighter. My thing was, if I look highlighted and dewy, then I won't look like I'm overly dry. So that's a great trick for you guys. So we took the Makeup Geek, it's Ethylene Light and Makeup Geek collab.
It's so good.
And literally that was the only thing that we needed. We took that, put it on, and then I would just like run some underneath my brows, put some here, and you just look really fresh and hydrated. And then we also took eyeliner. I had a Z palette, so like this guy, I think this is the one that we took, but I changed some stuff around. A Z palette is just a magnetic palette that you can add in your own products to. So we took a lot of these like brown toned shadows, and then some blushes. So MAC Peaches, MAC Melba, MAC Gingerly, those were like the only blushes I took. And then this guy closes up, it's protected, and it fits perfectly in that travel case. So we got lash extensions prior to going, and this honestly for me I felt like was a great decision. Your lashes are good to go, you could just walk out the door. I don't know, it just makes you feel more prettier, and
it's just like, a lot easier.
So much more easier. So that was an option. So if we were to go to India again, I probably would do the lash extensions again. Okay, I don't think it's necessary to be wearing makeup all the time in India if you're just traveling, because you're there for like a purpose and your skin gets clogged up with all that makeup. So it's like, is it really necessary? No. So I would just probably leave it, but we had so many weddings and I had gotten used to just kind of doing a little bit of a routine that I just maintained it, but my skin did take a hit after. Like the sun was really... Oh, make sure you guys take sunscreen.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we didn't talk about that.
I know, that's like #1 thing. We would, even if we weren't gonna do makeup, we put on sunscreen.
Sunscreen, you have to. The sun is very different.
So now we're gonna talk about some of the hair products that we took. We took a blow dryer, and we're so silly that we took the blow dryer and we plugged it in, but we never switched the voltage, and then it like blew up. So we had to get another one from India, which wasn't that expensive or anything, but it was just an inconvenience because we thought we were being smart, but we messed it up. So we also took some hairspray and a teasing comb and elastics, clips, claws, like those claws, jundis, and then bobby pins and Q-tips. Don't take your most expensive don't take your most expensive blow dryer or expensive hair straightener, because if something happens to it, like why risk that? India is very advanced, guys. Don't think that you're gonna be traveling somewhere where you won't be able to find like a blow dryer or any of that stuff. You will find blow dryers. They actually have best price? Pro price? No. Best price.
Best price? It's
best
like a
price.
Costco.
Yeah, it's literally like a Costco, and they have like everything. So, which we didn't know. So now we know, and we're able to share with you guys. I know maybe this is like, whatever we're telling you guys maybe sounds really stupid to someone, because they're probably like, come on, how do you not know? But we literally had not traveled to India before this. I think it had been 6 years and so much has changed.
Yeah.
So for us, I was like so shook, but so grateful, you know? I did take a laptop. I took 2 cameras. I took my phone, my charger, I took 2 camera stands. I took a battery pack to charge my phone. I don't know what I was trying to do. Like,
she wanted to be a production company all by herself.
I don't understand what I was doing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna become one of those Indian studio people. But
wait, you took like a gimbal thing too?
I did. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Like a stabilizer.
Stabilizer
for your phone.
It was a lot, but I did use some of those things because I was vlogging, and if you guys haven't seen that, check it out here. I was also compiling a video that I showcased during Sandy and her fiance's engagement party. So that was, it worked, but it was a lot of stuff. I feel like there was no need for me to take 2 cameras. Like that was just ridiculous. But so I also took a hard drive with me, which I used everything to put my files onto. And I'm gonna mention this to you guys because it could happen to you too. Take maybe like 2 hard drives if you are going to be doing this, and put all of their information onto 2 different hard drives, because that hard drive fell onto the floor. My hard drive fell from a distance of this much probably. And it didn't even hit the ground that hard. Yeah, it was just like a little hit, but something obviously maneuvered and shifted around within the hard drive, and it doesn't work anymore. So I lost all my footage and all my information. So I mean, the memories are great because it's like you lived through it, but I wasn't able to show my parents everything that we did, which was really sad, but just giving you guys a heads up. Overall, India is amazing. We were able to do a lot of shopping for Sandy's engagement, and then hopefully we'll be going soon for some wedding shopping. But it was honestly such a great experience. You guys really need to take in the culture, and if you do get the chance, don't go feeling so fearful. Hopefully this video helped you feel a little bit more prepared and you were able to take some tips out of here and use them. Just stay bundled up and be cautious of your health. I know we were kind of rambling quite a bit, kind of went into a story time. Overall, make the experience your own. We hope this video helped you. Thank you to Sandy for being here. Before running off and finishing this video, I did want to say I hope you guys are ready for 12 days of wedding bells, which is starting tomorrow. And the first video is actually going to be myself recreating Sandy's engagement look on her, which was so nice. We kind of did like a sister tag type of video in there. And make sure you guys are subscribed and also following me on Instagram, which is at captur-eyesstudio. There will be giveaways every other day of the series. So I realized I kept saying that there's going to be 12 bridal looks, but there'll be 11 bridal looks followed by like a conclusion recap video. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys enjoy the giveaways that are happening. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in my next one. Thanks guys for watching.